Warning, this is a sweet story. Please subscribe. The hut didn't just shake. It exploded outward. A hurricane of trapped laughter and furious gales erupted from the orb. It didn't hurt a single villager, but it grabbed Chief Obasi by his heavy fur coat. The wind lifted the chief into the air, spinning him like a top. It blew him right out of his palace, across the village square, and up into the sky. The villagers cheered as they watched the greedy chief tumble through the clouds, his golden crown falling to the earth with a heavy thud. The wind carried Chief Obasi 3 kingdoms away, dropping him face first into a muddy pig pen, where he had to work as a farmhand just to buy a loaf of bread. He never wore gold again. As for Kojo, he never wove the wind for a king again. Instead, whenever the days get too hot, if you sit quietly under a baobab tree and listen closely, you can still hear the rhythmic clack-clack of Kojo's invisible loom, sending a cool, gentle breeze right when you need it most. But stories don't end just because a greedy chief gets thrown into a pig pen. No, true stories have roots, and roots always look for water. With Chief Obasi gone, peace settled over the village like the morning mist. The elders appointed a council to rule wisely, and Kojo was finally free to walk among the baobabs without a guard watching his every move. But a gift like Kojo's is a heavy thing to carry alone. The wind doesn't just speak. It whispers secrets from places your feet have never traveled. And lately, the silver threads Kojo saw in the air weren't dancing. They were trembling. One evening, as the sky turned the color of bruised plums, Kojo felt a pull in his chest. A hot, dry breeze unlike any he had felt before began to drag its fingers through his hair. It tasted of ash and old copper. He followed the scent to the edge of the village, where the savanna met the endless, shifting sands of the great dune. There, sitting on a rock, was a traveler. The traveler wore a cloak woven from shadows and dust. His face was hidden, but his hands were long, skeletal, and stained pitch black. As Kojo watched, the traveler reached into the air. He didn't weave the wind like Kojo did. He was unraveling it. With every tug of the man's black fingers, a silver strand of the breeze snapped. And whenever a strand broke, the grass beneath his feet instantly turned to dust. "Who are you?" Kojo called out, his voice steady, though his heart beat like a ceremonial drum. The traveler turned. Beneath his hood there were no eyes, only 2 swirling vortexes of gray sand. "I am the Unweaver," the man rasped, his voice sounding like dry leaves scraping across a tomb. "For 1,000 years your people have taken the breath of the earth. You build fires, you clear forests, you trap the air in your lungs and your palaces. I have come to take the breath back." Kojo stepped forward. "If you unweave the wind, the sky will collapse. The rain will forget how to fall. My people will perish." The Unweaver let out a hollow laugh. "Then let them dry up, just like the rivers they polluted. Unless the weaver of the village thinks his hands are faster than mine." It was a challenge. A duel not of spears or shields, but of creation versus destruction. The Unweaver raised his hands, and a massive wall of black dust roared to life, racing toward the village to choke out all life. Kojo didn't run. He dug his bare feet into the red clay. He closed his eyes and opened his arms wide. He didn't just look for local breezes this time. He reached out to the four corners of the world. He caught the damp, heavy breath of the great oceans to the south. He grabbed the sharp, icy gale from the highest northern peaks. He threw his fingers left and right, weaving at a speed no human eye could follow. His hands became a blur of motion. The Unweaver snapped 3 threads. Kojo wove 6 back together.